Beadwork in general, like my understanding of it is like we used to, like my ancestors did beadwork. So when I started beadwork, I started with like flat stitch beadwork and fringe stitch. But it's my understanding that Mohawk people actually did raised beading. It all kind of ties in, like I probably wouldn't be doing that today if my ancestors never did it, and it wouldn't be a practice that has been carried on in the community. Beadwork in particularly, I only started that actually probably 2 or 3 years ago now, maybe 2018 or 2019. I took a beading class in my community. I did it with my mom actually, so we started around the same time. I'd say it's more of a hobby, and actually this was a big conflict within myself of even deciding whether or not I should sell my work, just based on like it being a part of my culture, and even the fear of putting it on Instagram to begin with, whether it was to be sold or not. Just it was something that was really like a special part of me, and you always see people copying and taking designs, and all that takes a lot of time and effort, and it's just a part of you. So that whole thing was a conflict for me. When I started, it was about gifting, like I would just make it as gifts for people. But I decided I had a lot of people reaching out asking if they could, and just being able to gift everything, it just wasn't feasible for me to be able, like the time it takes, the money it takes, the resources. So I did decide to start selling. When I think about the success of my bead, the first thing I think of isn't like the money that I make from it and being successful. It's more so like being able to complete the work and how people see it and perceive it. But I do think that I'm successful in a manner that like people are interested in trying to like obtain my work. It takes a lot of time, and especially I think what I would say very picky. I know a lot of artists that can just like fly through pairs, but I'm very picky, and if one little bead's out, I'll take it back out and redo it all. Seeing myself as the next generation of Indigenous people holds a lot of responsibility, obviously, especially like I said, it takes a lot of work to maintain culture and try to bring stuff back, because we lost so much, right? Things we'll never be able to get back. And then as well as like storytelling through artwork connects back to my culture. So a lot of the pieces that I create, I kind of try to tell stories about our culture through that work. And also, it makes it challenging right now because of COVID, but even doing beadwork with other people, that's I think relates back to our culture and being collective and doing things together. I guess to be Indigenous means to be a part of something bigger than yourself. Community is what I see, like having pride and being a part of something. Without that culture, I wouldn't be who I am today. Like my beliefs, values, like my friends and family, it all makes me who I am today. Making sure that I understand that I have a lot of responsibility and serve as a role model for our younger people. Especially pertaining to health and well-being. Sometimes we get lost because of what happened during colonization. So trying to be a role model is really important.